Rabbeinu Daniel Shalom.
Hey, how are you doing?
Baruch Hashem, how are you?
Jacob, I love America.
Yeah, I have a non-American flag behind me, and I just want to make it clear that the only reason I have a non-American flag behind me is because I support American imperialism.
Got it. Okay. It sounds like an appropriate way to start a TLC Talmud study.
That is the way I would start it. That's the way I did start it. But it's not a TLC Talmud study. It's actually a Jordan Peterson sphere Talmud study.
True.
There's an important distinction to be made.
I'm part of the TLC.
Are you? Are you though? Really?
Of course.
Are you though?
I'm the building block of the TLC. Everything stands on me.
Are you though? Are you really? You're not a Trinitarian. They don't like you so much.
I hear that, but I do believe in Torah, Nevi'im, and Ksubim. That's the Trinitarian way.
Look, if the Trinity was Torah, Nevi'im, and Kesuvim, we wouldn't have as many problems as we do.
It's Tefillah, Chesed, and Tzedakah.
There are many, many great threes in the world. What can I say?
Yeah. Hi, Yoav. Welcome.
Yoav is here until the next bell rings. Hopefully not anytime soon.
Amen.
Yeah. Were we on Tes Amud Aleph or Tes Amud Beis? I don't actually remember where we were.
So we got up to.
And do we have Ben Yehoyada's we should be catching up on?
No, because this is all, he doesn't get involved in this stuff.
It's all actual halachas.
Yeah. We got up to Ravina.
We got up to Ravina on Amud Beis or Amud Aleph?
That's Amud Aleph. It's like 4 lines from the top. This is the 6th explanation of the machlokas between Rav Meir and the Chachamim.
How many lines from the top?
4 lines.
Amru be'esrim v'shlosha. Rabina Amar kagon shenimtza achad min ha'edim karov o pasul ukamifilagi beplugta de Rabbi Yosef v'Rabbi Aliba de Rabbi Akiva, the Rabbi Akiva. The Tana, Rabbi Akiva Omer lo bashlishi ela lahachmir olav lasot dino keyotza be'elu. That if they were to be made, the edim zomemin, even the third one is also made zomem. Right?
Even though they only needed 2 witnesses, all 3 get screwed.
Yep. And I mean, I kind of wonder, like, okay, if you have 3 witnesses and you find that 2 of them were, you bring Adam, that 2 of them were in a different place. The third one, he may not have been in a different place, but he also gets the din of the Adam Zomamin, I would think. No?
Oh, interesting. Okay.
What does Rashi say? Lo bashlishi, the memashma shneimar al pi shnayim edim yakum kol sheken shlosha. Lama neimar o shlosha edim ela lahachmer alav liten chomer be'edei sheker shishlishi ze af al pi shelo haya ze nidon al piv lamita shaharei b'shnayim shehi'idu tchila nami haya Nidan, afilu hachi asa hakatuv et dino kiyotza ba'elu, she'im huzmu yahareg af ashlishi mipnei shenit afal le'ovrei avera.
Right, because he was he ended up getting a part of this bad gang of people. So because he was he was supporting the effort. I mean, I don't know why you have to say that.
Because you might have thought that maybe because his wasn't necessary.
Meaning, right, because not necessary, so it's like he didn't do anything. He's trying to say, I guess Ricky was saying, even if you argue that way, he still
He's still a bad person.
Company. Yeah.
Kal v'chomer she'yishalem schar. That's further on.
Right.
Okay. In ken ana shekatuv et hanitfal le'ovre avera ke'ovre avera al achat kama v'kama she'yishalem schar et hanitfal le'osei mitzvah ke'osei mitzvah. I thought we did this. Umash.
We're just doing brief chazara.
Baruch Hashem. Uma shnayim nimtza chad mehem karov o pasul edutan betela. Av shlosha nimtza chad mehem karov o pasul edutan betela. Uminayin she'afilu mea Talmud lomar edem. Okay. Amar Rabbi Yosef b'madavar amorim b'dinei nefashot. Ava b'dinei mamonot titkayim edut b'shar. Rabbi Omer echad dinei mamonot v'echad dinei nefashot. That in both cases, that if one of them was found karov upasul, so it's whether the entire kibbutza is found to be pasul. Right, let's say you have 100 people together, and by the way, this is the reason why you don't add Adam to a ketubah. You only have 2 Adam on a ketubah.
Why?
Because if you add a third one and he becomes pasul, right? So Persians have this crazy thing where a lot of people like to sign on the ketubah because they like to say that they were witnesses. So what I've seen rabbis do is they have the 2 official Adam sign on the front, and any additional Adam can sign on the back. And they're made into different kibbutzot, right? So you have one group of Adam, which is the official Adam who sign on the front of the ketubah. Then you have a second group of Adam. Oftentimes, most of them are Mechalel Shabbos anyway, on the back. And if they're found pasul, at least the first Adam are kosher.
Got it. Interesting. But so we're saying this Akiva Shita about being bevatel the entire kavutza of Adam, the entire group of Adam. That's only for capital cases, but for monetary cases,
that's a machlokes. And it appears from the fact that we have the Ein Mishpat on Echad Dinei Mamonot v'Echad Dinei Nefashot, probably the halacha is like Rebbe.
Right. So v'emasai bizman shehisru behem. That's when the witness warned them. But if the witness didn't warn them, what can 2 brothers and one other witness who saw someone kill a person do?
This
is starting a new
that's a whole other thing?
It's the 7th explanation between Rameir and the Chachamim.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to understand the 6th one, though. I don't understand what position do they each take. Meaning, remember, the argument of Rameir Chachamim is the Rameir says you need 3 Adam is enough, and the Chachamim say you need 23. So how are we connecting that?
There's a long Rabbeinu art scroll here. You want to read it? Harei shnei ha'achem einam yicholim laha'id yachad im al harotzeach shehem karovim ze leze. U'mikevan she'echad ha'edem hu karov nimtza shebetela kol ha'edut. Ve'ech yitachen she'rayato shel ze tafkia min harotzeach din hariga af bekama edem shera'uhu. So the question is, you have 2 brothers and a third person who see somebody murder someone, right? And how can we say that if all three of them say we saw that this person killed someone, then he goes innocent. Elavada kol shelo hitru bo hakarav, hainu achad ha'achem. But what we must be talking about is that kol shelo hitru bo hakarov v'lo netkaven laha'id. So it's saying the case must be that I don't get it. Eino chashuv et.
Look at Rashi on the bottom of Testament Aleph. Bisman Shisru. So Rashi says Oha Puzzle over Avera. So this is talking about a relative or a puzzle aid, right? Because a relative is also a puzzle aid. I think it's saying.
Yeah. He's Karov l'Rotzeach. Not I thought it was Karov. The
right.
Two Adam were brothers.
Right. It sounds like he's a Karov to the perpetrator. Shekilu Daitam that they revealed She'avheim Nasim Edim. Arakasuv Hekesh Shlosha Labal Ha'edus.
Labatel.
Levatel Ha'edus. Hekesh Shlosha Levatel Ha'edus. If Yesh Karv Apostle. If there's a Karv Apostle, then it's going to be Levatel the Edus. Avalo Hisra Karv. But if he didn't warn the relative, if the relative or the psul didn't warn Bo Vavera, Elasheftu, and he was quiet, Vaksherim Husserben, and the kosher Edim actually warned them. Ein Ladu Nasim Edim Viskayim Ha'edis Bishar. Ein Elu Nasim.
Okay, so you have three people who are seeing a murder. And one of them is a Karov to the murderer. The two who aren't Karov say, if you murder him, you're going to be put to death. That is a kosher edus. Because you don't include the person who didn't say anything. You have two people who saw who are kosher edim to and warned him, and you have a kosher edus. But if all three of them said, "Don't kill this man," and one of them is a karov, and the three of them come together and testify, they're puzzled. That's the question. I think it's a good question. But like, what does that mean? And there's that huge Tosfos right there.
So Meir agrees that if one of the witnesses is ineligible, the testimony of the entire set is invalid, even if that witness did not give the warning. Therefore, the Meir is only a monetary case.
L'chora mashma she'hakol talui b'kavanat hapsulim laha'id.
This is where it summarizes it at the end. It says, the dispute in our Mishnah between the Rechamim and Rameir is the parallel to the dispute between Rabbi Yossi and Rebbe. The Rechamim agree with Rebbe's opinion that the inclusion of an ineligible witness does not invalidate the testimony of the others unless that witness had warned the offender. Hence, in the present case, where one of the witnesses to the adultery is ineligible, but he did not issue the warning, the testimony of the others is valid. The case, therefore, is a capital one for which a court of 23 is required. Rameir agrees with Rabbi Yossi's opinion that if one of the witnesses is ineligible, the testimony of the entire set is invalid, even if that witness did not give the warning. Therefore, in Rabbi Yossi's view, this is only a monetary case for which a court of 3 suffices. No wonder why we stopped here last week.
I mean, that's a crazy halacha. If you commit the murder in front of 3 people and one of them is pasul le'edus, you're better off as the murderer than if you committed the murder in front of 2 people. That makes no sense.
What does it mean? It says, Ma yasu shnei achim. What can 2 brothers, the echad and one other witness, shiro be'echad sharakas nefesh, who saw someone kill a person. So you have 2 brothers and you have another person. So you have 3 people total witnessing a murder.
Rashi says, "Uplugda de Rabbi Meir v'Rabbanan nami kagon shenimtza echad min hashlosha kara v'pasol v'ra v'shatak v'lo hatra." Rabbi Meir savar la k'Rabbi Yosef da amar bedine nefashot lo shna hatra v'lo shna shatak edutan betela. Rabbanan Savre Karabi the Ika the Shatak Titkayam Ha'edut Bashar Umiktala.
Where he's quiet, it's Mekayim the Edus
With the other Adam, and he's put to death.
As long as one of the brothers is quiet, basically?
No, the one whose puzzle has to be quiet.
That's one of the brothers. One of the brothers would be quiet.
Right. If you have 2 brothers and a third, then what they should do is the one of the brothers needs to be quiet, and the other 2 can be witnesses.
Say that again?
So 2 brothers and a third person see somebody giving committing murder,
okay.
Right? One of the brothers shuts up. The other brother and the third person say, if you commit this murder, you're going to be put to death. And then they can be kosher witnesses, and the murderer can be put to death.
Right. I still don't get how you fit this into our Mishnah. So the rabbis say you need 23. And I guess it's just talking about the rabbis say you need 23, and they believe that even if they agree with who?
No. So if you don't have kosher witnesses, well, first of all, I mean, there's the disagreement about whether or not in monetary matters you can having the third person is mevatel the edut of the other 2 people, right? So Rebbe, who's the one who says?
So Rebbe says 3. So he agrees with Rav Yossi's opinion that if one of the witnesses is ineligible, the testimony of the entire set is invalid, even if that witness did not give the warning. Therefore, in Rameir's view, this is only a monetary case for which a court of 3 suffices. I still don't really understand how we're bringing it back to the Mishnah. I don't really understand how we're doing that.
Amar Rabbi Yossi b'mad bar bedinei nefashos, aval bedinei mamonot titkayem edut b'shar. Rabbi Omer echad dinei mamonot ve'echad dinei nefashot. If only we had a Meishiv. Need some Meishiv.
Yeah, we just need.
I look up and the Meishiv shows up. No, Chazi, you're the Meishiv. You know he was a Meishiv at Yeshivat HaKotel.
I know. If only he knew Daf Tesam Beis in Sanhedrin, it would be really helpful right now.
He's a Meishiv. He has to know Kol
We have an
HaTorah.
eight-way machlokas. We have an eight-way machlokas to understand the Rameir and the Chamim.
We're trying to understand what's going on the bottom of Tes Amud Aleph in Sanhedrin.
Yes.
Give us a shir, Rabbeinu Yechazkel Shraga Halevi, Ben Moshe Halevi.
We can move to the seventh explanation in the meantime, and if Chazi joins, he'll teach us number 6.
We could just look up a Daf Yomi shir, and it'll explain it to us clear as day.
In 2 minutes.
Do you know somebody who gives a nice Daf Yomi shir?
Plenty of people.
So I know this Reformed Baptist pastor who wanted to really get into like Jewish stuff and understand Jewish stuff. So he tried to keep up with Daf Yomi for a few months. Can you imagine?
Better than a few minutes.
Much better. I've never even tried for one day to keep up with Daf Yomi.
It's tough.
Olson says, I think you had this discussion a month or 2 ago about the witnesses and witnesses.
That's actually a great comment because we're discussing it in 6 months from now too. So
it's been about 1,500 years, our dear friend Olson. We've been having this discussion for at least 1,000 years.
I was actually talking to someone today. We're talking about the Hilchos Kedushin and Gittin, and we're talking about how it's hilarious that the Gemara says because I was trying to remember how we learn out that under the chuppah you have to, like for Nesuin, for Kedushin you have to actually give the ring, right? You have to actually give them something. Yeah. And I was like, how do we remember that? How do we learn that? And then I remembered. We learned a Gzer Shava. We say
Kicha Mistei Ephraim.
No, la from get. I think I didn't look it up, but I'm pretty sure we say la. So we say like just like by the get you have to give it to her. So too by the kedushin you have to give it to her. I didn't fact check myself on this, but that's what I remembered.
I'm pretty sure it's Kicha Mistei Ephraim, but okay.
No, that's to say how do you know you have to make a purchase? I think.
By Kesef, yeah. I mean, because if you're going to make a Hekesh from Gittin, so you would need it Bishtar Ubabiyah as well, no?
No, but I'm just saying, how do you know you have to physically put it in her hand? That was my question.
That might be Shtar.
I think we said. I really have to look it up, but I think we learned it from Gittin. And then once if I'm right about that,
I could believe you learn Shtar from Gittin. Kesef, really? I think. So there's 3 ways in which you can be married. Right. Shtar, Kesef, Ubiyah, right? I think Shtar you might be learning from Gittin.
We'll get to it anyhow. After we finish the Sanhedrin, we'll go to Seder Nashim.
We will.
Actually, we're going to learn Avodah Zarah actually after Sanhedrin. I just realized. Have I spoken to Don?
As he doesn't remember the daf.
I know he's.
Have you spoken to Kirk before?
We haven't spoken, but I've been on live streams where he was commenting. He gives all the good yeshivish background.
Kirk?
Am I confusing him with someone else? Oh, I'm confusing him with Kalman.
Kalman and Kirk are very different people.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't spoken to Kirk before.
Kirk is a very interesting young man.
Why am I watching this? 3 Ways to Be Married. That's a great comment. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, let's go to the next one. Vibai Sema.
Vibai Sema.
The 7th explanation of
Agon shehitru ba acherem velo hitru ba Adam. V'kamiflagi beplukta the Rabbi Yossi v'Rabbanan the Tanan Rabbi Yossi Omer le'olam eino nahareg ad sheyu pi shnei edav matarin.
So the people that warned them have to come and testify. Those same people.
Shneimar al pi shnei edim ve'boit ema kagon de itchachush bedikut velo itchachush bechakirut.
That's already the next one. That's the next explanation. So the whole thing that's the whole piece. The seventh one is the machlokas between the Rav Yossi and the Rabbanan, whether or not the person who gives the witnesses that give the warning, do they need to be the ones that give the actual testimony? So we're saying that according to
so you have two Adam who come and say other people said, but because of that, it's Dine Mamonot, not the Dine Nefashot. And so that's why it becomes a machlokas of 3 or 23.
Wait, so how is it connected to 3 or 23? How is that
connected? If it's Dine Mamonot, you can judge it with 3. If it's Dine Nefashot, you can judge it with 23. So if you have a situation where you have two Adam who come, right? Let's say that Rahman al-Islan, you're Av Beistin, right?
Yeah.
And two Adam come to you, they say, we saw Ploni in such and such a place at such and such a time, and we saw two people say to him, if you kill Almoni, right? We saw Reuven, and these two people told him, if you kill Reuven, Shimon, you're going to be put to death. And he went, and we saw that he went ahead and killed Shimon anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, would you constitute a Beis-Din of 3 or 23 to judge this case?
Oh.
Right? Well, if they're saying that other people warned him, they didn't warn him themselves, then it becomes a case of Dine Mamonot, right? Yeah. Not a Dine Nefashot. So you can have three judges.
Interesting. But the one who holds that you don't need it, they would say you need 23 because that's a capital case.
Yep.
Oh, interesting. Here, let's see. The sixth option is that there was only Hasra about the Malkus. There's only Hasra about the Malkus. The question is how many? No, he's in a different.
No, option. That's the previous one. We're on to the next one. Yeah, you're looking at the fifth option, I believe. Yeah, I wasn't counting the options. Did you graph out? I mean, it's unless you make a Venn diagram of the Gemara, it's not.
Boy, maybe this will help me understand the previous case now, because you're saying that if in this case. It's an argument about essentially whether it's a capital case or a monetary case. Maybe I understand the previous one now, because the previous one was a case where there was two Adim plus there was an aid plus two brothers who testified.
Right.
Oh, so maybe it's the same situation. So one of them holds that it becomes a capital versus civil.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay, Chazi, we don't even need you anymore. Okay. I have Jacob. I don't even need you, Chazi.
Yeah.
Blast from the past. Yes. By the way, I decided that learning Gemara is the solution to the AI revolution. Because John Vervaeke at the Midwestuary, he said that you shouldn't use AI. Like, you should avoid it at all costs because it's going to make you're just making you stupid. So I realized if I learn like once a week with you, I'll stay sharp.
You shouldn't use AI because we're already seeing AI-induced psychosis and mania.
Got it.
Yeah, be very careful. Do not speak, especially to the more advanced AIs that have memories from conversation to conversation. Do not speak to them at length.
I wish you were in the room when John made this declaration. I'm telling you, he said it, and Paul ended up like talking about this pretty extensively. but basically he said it like Yarug Vayavor. Yarug Vayavor. He'd say those words because John doesn't use that Lashon, but he literally was like, it's Yarug Vayavor to use AI. Literally. It was hysterical.
And imagine what all the modern Orthodox people would say to hear such a Haredi psak from John Vareki.
It was wild. Okay, next.
And this is why Chazi's like, what do you mean? I have to teach AI to all my kids.
Oh, look at that! We have a big audience today. Wow, we're going viral. I'm just telling you.
We have 4 whole people watching.
It's crazy. Vibai Sema. Kiko Chakush Bividikus.
I have no idea what chachush means.
That means like to deny. It means like to contradict.
Oh, okay.
So basically there was different testimonies. So when they did the actual cross-examination, the facts weren't all aligned. The lo is chachush b'chakiras, but it was not contradicted in the chakir. So there's a difference between chakiras and bedikas. I didn't know there's 2 stages here.
There are.
Interesting. So chakiras is like the standard questioning, and the bedikas are like the it's the more detailed questions.
Rabbeinu Artscroll she'eda haba'al ha'me'idim shezinta huchshu bebedikut v'lo huchshu bebchakirut. Klomar, שבחקירות שחוקרים את העדים על עיקר זמנו של המעשה ומקומו, מתי אירע והיכן, הייתה עדות שניהם מכוונת, ולא הכחישו זה את זה. אבל בבדיקות שבודקים אותם בפרטים צדדיים של המעשה, כגון צבע בגדיו של הנידון, הכחישו זה את זה, כגון שאמר אחד שהיו בגדיו שחורים והשני אמר שהיו לבנים.
Interesting. Wow.
וכמפלגי בפלוגתא דבן זכאי ורבנן, ונחלקו רבי מאיר וחכמים במחלוקת רבי יוחנן בן זכאי וחכמים, במשנה הבאה, דתנן מעשה ובדק בן זכאי באוקצה תאינן.
Wow.
Uktzei te'inin means the ends of figs.
Figs. So basically, there was discrepancies. Like the murder happened in a certain area, and the witnesses couldn't get on the same page about it was near a fig tree, and they didn't know how thick or thin these fig stems were. So that the focus is whether or not that becomes a case of a civil case versus a capital case.
סבר רבי יוחנן בן זכאי שעדותן בטלה, ואילו חכמים סוברים שאף על פי שהחשו זה את זה בבדיקות, אין בכך כלום, כל שלא הוחשו בחקירות. ובזה נחלקו אף רבי מאיר וחכמים שבמשנתנו, שרבי מאיר סובר כרבי יוחנן בן זכאי שההכחשה היא, ונמצא שאין לחייב את האישה מיתה על פי עדותן, ואין כאן דיני נפשות, אלא דיני ממונות להפסידה כתובתה, ונידונן בשלושה. So even though the Adam don't speak in one voice, you could still have דיני ממונות על רבן יוחנן בן זכאי, ונמצא שנהרגת על פיהן, ודיני נפשות הן ונידונן ב-23.
Wild.
Verstehst?
Verstehst. Okay, now we're going to move to a different sugya now, starting with Amar of Yosef, I think. And Chesky is warning us that this daf...
The daf gets strange as opposed to the other dafim. Do you know a blat Gemara that doesn't get strange? Find me a Blat Gemara. that
Oh,
doesn't get
I
changed.
got so much nachas. I didn't tell you this. My
Yeah.
nephew is learning sukkah.
Okay.
And, I was over at his seeing my sister, his mother for Shabbos,
Yeah.
and I said, like, "New, teach me. I'm a good uncle. Teach me something." And he teaches me Yeshem L'Masaras and Yeshem L'Mikra. The Gemara. And he
Oh.
knew it cold. These kids literally in 6th or 7th grade. He knew it cold. We should have brought him on to our stream when we were trying to learn it.
Why didn't you?
It's unbelievable. I was so impressed. So yeah, it was really adorable. It's amazing how young these. I mean, I don't know why I'm shocked. I also learned at that age, but it's just amazing to see. It's amazing. Okay, I'm reviewing.
He could become the next Posek Hador.
What'd you say?
He could become the next Posek Hador.
With the way he knew it, I was very impressed. His name is Mayor, so he's gonna light up the world.
Amen.
Amar Rav Yosef, Hevi Abal Eidim Shizimsa. If the husband brought witnesses to testify that his wife committed adultery, Behavi Ha'av Eidim Be'ezim Le'edei Abal, and then the father brought witnesses that the witnesses that the husband brought are actually what do you call it?
Solomon, yeah.
The husband witnesses are killed and they do not pay any money.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So he's trying to say that where's Rashi here? Let's look at Rashi. Even though if the husband's witnesses were correct, she would have lost her ksuba and have been killed. The Eidim, once the Eidim Zomim only get killed, they don't have to pay the money. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The Kavan, the Beshila Hein Neragim, Emesham Lamamon, there was Chayiv Nasho Patr Min Tashlumim. Because someone who's chayiv in who's going to get killed doesn't need to pay. Nechsiv lo yeh asan onesh. Yanash.
So Olson has a question. How do they establish the father's witnesses are true? So the way bringing witnesses works with Eidim Zomim is the witnesses have to come to and say, those witnesses were lying because we saw them at a different place at the same time. And what can happen is, theoretically, the Baal could bring other witnesses and say, those witnesses who said that they saw my witnesses in another place were actually in another place. So they couldn't have been where they said they saw my witnesses. Got it? No?
When I'm pulling up Lo Yeh Asan, this pasuk. Let's see if
Lo Yeh Asan. That is the biggest disagreement between Christians and Jews that is currently alive. Did you know that?
You can't tell if you're serious or not.
I am absolutely serious. 100%. Lo Yeh Asan, how you this is the cause of the biggest rift between the Orthodox Union and evangelical Christians.
Here we go. V'chiyunatsu anashim.
You have to pull it up. No.
I thought I'm sharing my screen. Oh, you got to throw it. Share. Okay, got it. V'natsu anashim. When two or more parties fight, v'navchu isha.
Mm-hmm.
Harav yasil. One of them pushes a pregnant woman.
Mm-hmm.
And
the child dies.
But there are no other damage ensues, meaning she doesn't die, I think it means. Anosh Yanash, Kasher Yashis Allah Bal Isha Vinastan Biplilim. One responsible should be fined according as the woman's husband's as the woman's husband may exact the payment to be based on reckoning.
Sandy, while the Trinity is the biggest actual disagreement, this is the biggest practical disagreement. Why? Because what does it mean lo yeh ason, right? So as Christians understand lo yeh ason, they understand it to be that the child doesn't, that even the fetus doesn't die. The fetus is born, but it doesn't die. The way.
But then, how do you translate V'yatsa Yilda? How do you translate that?
It was born early.
Oh, it was born early but didn't die. Okay, here it translates it as. Okay.
The way we understand it.
Right.
That the child died, but the mother didn't.
Right.
Right? So, practically in Yiddishkeit, the difference is that we don't count. I mean, Adam ba'Adam, there's all the things, but the death of a fetus is not exactly equal in Jewish law to the death of of an actual adult, right? Because it says there's a payment, right? It's not mot yamat, right?
Oh, interesting.
Whereas Christians understand this verse in such a way that there's he caused problems, right? So the child was born early, and so he has to pay a fine, but there was no death. So they understand this as saying, lo yeh ason. So if the child were to die, then mot yumat, then it would be a capital thing. So this is a huge, like how you understand this verse is a huge disagreement in pro-life, pro-choice.
Wow, because this is if you read it like the way we just read it, it's very anti-life, right? Let's call it. Right.
You could say that, yeah.
Wow, fascinating.
Yep.
I thought you were for sure pulling my leg, by the way.
No. This is Ben Shapiro's, like, this verse keeps Ben Shapiro up at night before he goes on the pro-life marches. Yeah,
that's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Huh?
He murmurs to himself. 21-22 Exodus. It's wow. That's crazy.
Well, okay. I mean, there's a whole thing, but like, so this is, if you want to understand the Orthodox Jewish position on abortion, when they overturned Roe v. Wade, Rabbi Breitowitz, who, by the way, taught in law school for decades, so he's very, very, very well versed in American law. He gave about a 45-minute speech where he discussed why the Jewish position is mostly orthogonal to the debate in the United States, and why even Agudat Israel, but certainly the Orthodox Union, doesn't find itself on the same side with all of the Christians in being so pro-life.
By the way, I just remembered from last week. I was trying to think of the yeshivish phrase, or for you give the harsher punishment. Kimle midarabimine just hit me.
Kimle midarabim.
Kimle midarabimine. You give the punishment for what's greater.
Oh, okay, yeah. Kimle.
I don't know if that's going to come up here, but that's the phrase.
Well, okay. It kind of does, because it says you don't fine people who are going to be put to death. That's part of it. Yeah.
So it says here, the cave of the Meshila Naragim, aim Shabam Lamo, you don't pay the money, the Mischai Ben Afsho, because if you're chayiv in death, you're still exempt from the payment. The Chsiv, Lo Yeh Asun, there was no tragedy. Anosh Yenash, you're punished. How does that explain it?
I have no clue.
The Imisha Meya, Sela that havibaylav sude la'av. And if it's for the 100 Sela that he was trying to, that the husband was trying to get from the father, v'hava le misa l'zeh isha, v'tashlumu v'zeh av, lav alayu ramu lashlume. Ella al habal she'are al yadan habal bole sha'alim lav, the kolzman shelo hevi habal edim, edim eschai v'shalim med Sela aydi atzak n'imru ksuvas. Look currently. I have no idea what he's saying.
Okay, I say we start back from the beginning of Rashi. Ein Mishalman Mamon. Alpha Pisha Yom Afsidin Ota Haktuva. Ein Mishalman Tovat Hanaat Haktuva. Kedin Shar Zomame. Ketuva. The Masachet Makot. The Kevan, the Bishvila. Hen Nehragen, Ein Mishalman, Lam. Oh, apparently there's like a whole sugya in Makot, which says that if they're found to be Zomamin, that there's some sort of difference between the paying the Ketuva and paying Tovat Ketuva.
Right, the cave of the Mashila Hen Nehragen, Ein Mishalman. That's Kimlay the Ramine, I think.
I mean, ultimately, we might need to look up what's on Makot stuff, bet Gimel Amud Bet. Even though I did learn that when I was a kid, when I was much younger. When I was a kid, I was only 22 when I was a kid.
That is a kid. I remember when I was a kid. Hold on a second. Let me pull up Makos.
Makos is right after Sanhedrin. There it is.
Gimel Amud Aleph.
Amud Beis.
And Olson, we're also very confused. So I can't give you details yet because I'm trying to figure out what the heck is happening. Let's see. I don't see anything over here. I see now I'm already on Dalet. Maybe it was at the top, but I missed it. Sof Asudelo Yigosh. Achamayaskinan, Amal Ves Kavir Lesser Shanim. Mishkan.
Hold on, go back up. What's no? You went too far. What's this about money? Lends money on the basis of collateral transfers. No, that's not it. Okay, sabbatical. No. You know what? Maybe search for the terms Rashi uses. He says...
Oh, you know what we can do? We can actually go... I have a better idea because I'm a genius. We can go like this. We can go to Sanhedrin 9b.
Yeah.
Go towards the... Oh, I already skipped it.
Find the Rashi?
Yeah. Go to Rashi.
And there's a link from the Rashi to the thing.
Hopefully, that's the plan. Here we go. Oh, it's Gimel and Aleph, so it's a mistake.
There's a misprint in. How could there be a possible misprint in the art? Can you imagine a misprint in Art Scroll?
Can't be. Don't even say such things. Wait, why is it not showing me the Talmudic? Here we go. Gimel Amid.
If only there was a computer software that you could type your questions and ask for citations, it would look up for you.
Here, why can't I just open this up? Oh, here, I can go over here and go to the bottom, and then it'll open up.
Yeah, you can open.
Let's see.
And then you can close the other ones.
This is so complicated. I'm basically like AI right now.
You're better than AI.
We're going to have to figure this out in the middle of the page. Eidzo Mishalim Lefi Chalko, my Mishalim Lefi Chalko, Ilay Madai Mishalim Paga, my Mishalim Paga, Tanina Mishalshim B'Mamad, Ve'im Mishalshalim B'Malkus. Ela can go into Istam Muchad Minayu. Let's see if it goes further down.
Right. So start with the Mishnah.
Okay.
Ishto v'lo natan la ketuva v'alo bein hayom uvein lamachar sofo liten la ketuvata. Right.
He gave her a divorce, but he didn't pay the ksuba. V'alo bein hayom uvein machar sofo liten ksuba.
Because in any case, he would eventually have to give her, because either he's going to die or he's going to divorce her. One of the two is going to definitely happen.
I mean, it's saying that they testified that this man gave a get, but did not give the ksuba.
Right. Right. So they're saying the amount of the ketuva he's going to eventually have to give her, right? Because either he's going to die or he's going to get divorced.
What do you mean? He already got divorced.
But there's Adam Zomerman. We're talking about Adam Zomerman.
Oh.
That's the whole point of Malchus.
Got it.
Right? We're talking about Adam Zomerman. Right? Did they actually do him any harm?
Got it. Because in the end, he's going to pay the ksuba.
He's going to, yeah. Kama Adam Rotze Liten Beketuvata Shel Zu She'im Nit Alma O Nit Garsha Ve'im Meta Yerashena Ba'ala. So the Adam should get the difference between, should give the difference between how much a person would get. I mean, basically a life insurance policy.
Right.
So the Gemara asks, Ketzad Samin, how are we going to figure this out? Rechista says, Babal. How much would one be willing to pay for the husband's rights for the marriage contract based on the likelihood that it's a life insurance policy?
Right. Interesting.
Rabbi Natan Bar Ushia Omer Be'isha. Okay, I don't see how this has anything to do with Be'isha of Ketuvati.
It's a short Mishnah.
Maybe it is. It is a short one. Yeah. What's the next?
No, now it goes to 3b.
Okay, so what's the previous Mishnah? What's the Mishnah?
That Rashi's talking about.
What's the Mishnah you just skipped? What does that Mishnah say?
It says it's not relevant to our thing. It says, yeah,
that's not at all relevant.
We'll have to figure this out next week. I have no idea what's flying.
Me neither. And it's been an hour.
Yeah, I have to figure this out. I'm gonna have to listen to a shear or something this week because the stuff is brutal. It's taking me
Can
out.
you imagine a Daf Yomi shir on this?
Oh my god.
There was a time when we were Jews, but that time has passed, and now we listen to Daf Yomi shir.
That's how you summarize Jewish history?
No, that's how I summarize my personal history.
Got it.
Sandy says it's exhausting just to listen.
I know, Sandy. I know. It's tough.
Talmud is tough.
I mean, you could tell our faces before Talmud and after. Before Talmud, we're like glowing, excited about life. After Talmud, we're both downcast and sad and wondering.
It's a humbling and convicting experience, as the Christians like to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, we need an outro. We need an outro to this Talmud study.
Feel free to make one. No.
Okay, I'll have to come up with something.
Okay.
All right.
Later, people.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Don't do anything we would do.
Bye.